So tell me one thing, like इसमें जैसे कोई अगर graphic designer like who's just starting out, so two parts. One is that what is the salary that they can expect if they become a designer in some agency or anywhere, and second, if they start out their own freelancing gig, how much they can charge and how to decide कि यार ये project के लिए कितना charge करना चाहिए, whether it is per hour मेरा इतना time गया या whether it is on a let's say per project basis. How does that happen?
Okay, should I answer? Yep. So सबसे number one thing, I feel like the mistake which I made when I was starting as graphic design is understanding कि कितना pay मिलता है. That is one mistake which I made. I googled कि what is the average salary of a designer and I was disappointed.
कितना था?
It's very low. मतलब if you ask, it's like 3-4 lakhs per annum, 5 lakhs per annum max was an average sort of a salary for designers, graphic designers specifically. So I was very disappointed. But then when I actually went into the industry, I was surprised to know that there is no limit to how much you can earn as a graphic designer, even though you're doing a job. I'll tell you what my actual personal experience and story. In my first internship, I was doing at a small design agency. The business which I got, the growth which I did in the company, just being in 3 months in the company, the day where I wanted to leave because मेरा content चल गया था, मैं Instagram पे followers बढ़ रहे थे, I was like, let's switch I was getting clients, freelance में इतने clients आ रहे थे, I was like, why should I work for someone, why should I do a job here? So मेरा वो career shift हो रहा था, and then I was trying to leave the company. The founder literally, पहले तो is like, Anik, here is a blank check, you fill in how much ever amount you want to, I don't want you to leave the company. So if that can happen with me, it can happen with anyone. It's not about how much people are getting paid for graphic design, but how much of value you're putting. And full circle moment hua, I found a designer in Bangalore, amazing. I was ready to pay him how much ever he wanted to. I literally told him, and the same thing. मेरे boss ने तो मुझे बोला ये रहा blank check, रहे company में. I told him, here is a blank check. Ask how much ever you want to. I want you in the company because I just love what you do. But he couldn't. He also had different plans. It's very difficult to have such exceptional people, and it's very difficult to get a hold of them. So there are set standards as to the number of salaries you get, but I don't think that should define the job role. I don't think the graphic design should be put in a bracket of a certain salary level, because what that can teach you and the growth you get from there is far more than the money you get for it. So that is one way I can tell you. Freelancers can make easily up to like 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs per month, I'm saying, not per annum. That is something which I used to make when I was freelancing. And yeah, I mean, that's all I would say of that.
And when you say 2-3 lakhs per month, this would include like multiple projects, and on a retainer basis is what would happen?
No, this would not a retainer basis specifically. This would be project basis, and you can charge anywhere upwards like 1 lakh, 1 to 1.5 lakhs. Being a graphic designer, maybe you also know a little bit of animation, so you become like a whole package for a client who is looking to get all the work done from you. The client does not want to hire 2-3 other people. They want everything to be consistent from one person. So uske way se bhi ho sakta hai. And this also is not fixed. In जो income level है, it is not fixed. Some months can be 50,000 rupees. Some can be 3 lakhs. कितना difference?
We can put this in this way. For a designer to start with, he can make 2 lakh rupees a month as a freelancer, let's say. But a year he can make only 8 lakhs rupees. Shocking, right?
Yeah.
If I multiply 2 by 12, it should be 24. I'm putting that number to 8 lakhs rupees, which is almost 1/4 of what it could have been. The reason is the consistency of making income as a freelancer. आपको सिर्फ डिजाइनिंग नहीं आनी चाहिए, आपको बात करने का लिहाज आना चाहिए, आपको कम्युनिकेशन आने चाहिए, आपको कंफर्ट देना आने चाहिए क्लाइंट को, आपको चेंजेस के साथ कंफर्टेबल होना चाहिए. एक टाइम के बाद, राइट नाउ AI is killing designer job. The first community who is getting killed by AI is designers. That's what everybody thinks. क्योंकि आज अभी आप क्यूरियोसिटी से आपकी फोटो एडिट करनी तो कहाँ जा रहे हो? सबसे पहले फोटोशॉप वाला आदमी मर गया बिकॉज ऑफ AI. सेकेंड इलस्ट्रेटर वाला जा रहा है, थर्ड एनिमेशन वाला जा रहा है, फोर्थ एडिटर जाएगा. धीरे धीरे करके फिल्म मेकर भी AI के वो चक्कर में आ जाएगा. Then what these people will do? Are they going to be unemployed? See, frankly, no. It's the value you're going to generate about your work. Kushal, I charged you 3 lakh rupees for your brand. Did you pay me 3 lakh rupees only for designing that particular logo? Like if I see on our basis, if I charge you 3 lakh rupees on our basis, on calculation basis, मैं आपको वो actually logo design करना मेरा 1 दिन का काम है. अब ये काफी का मैंने आपको logo दिखाया, उसको execute करना कितने घंटे का काम है? just 2-3 hours.
Yeah.
You can easily get it executed. Mockups आप ऐसे बना लो AI पे जाके. So execution of that design is something, if you're charging as per hour basis, as per craft basis. So there is a difference between craft and art. If you're charging as per craft, you will be replaced in no time. Because people will know कि तुम्हारी वैल्यू यही है. अगर आप बोलोगे 3 दिन में मैं आपको 3 लोगो ऑप्शन दूंगा और 3 डिजाइन दूंगा और मैं 25,000 चार्ज करूंगा, सॉरी, यू विल बी रिप्लेस्ड. बट इफ यू टेक डिसेंट टाइम, अब ये जो मैंने आपसे चार्ज किया, ये 3 लाख रुपए में से मेरी सिर्फ 3,000 रुपए की वैल्यू रिप्लेस हो सकती है. क्यों? क्योंकि वो डिजाइनिंग एफर्ट्स है. बट that is just the craft which is being replaced. The art is to think about that brand logically. So it doesn't matter how creative you are, how appropriate you are for the brand is something that is going to matter. And that will matter not just with your skills of the designing. उसमें आपका ब्रांड का स्टोरी टेलिंग हो सकता है, आपका एक्सपीरियंस हो सकता है, आपका ऑब्जर्वेशन हो सकता है. आप कितनी जिम्मेदारी उस ब्रांड की ले सकते हो ना, उतना वो इंसान आपके ऊपर पैसा देगा. एकदम सिंपल सवाल पूछता हूं, क्या आज कोई भी, let's say Mr. Ambani wants to write a letter to you, an appreciation letter. Do you think he can't write it? Do you think he can't use ChatGPT and write it? But will he do that? He will have a person to write that for him, right? So aap log hired just not to do that job. You're hired to take the responsibility of that particular job. So start learning to take the responsibility at a designer. क्या होती है जिम्मेदारी? अगर आपकी डिजाइन गलत भी हो जाती है तो एटलीस्ट हैव द जजमेंट कैपेसिटी, एटलीस्ट हैव द पावर कि आई कैन मेक इट राइट. If it goes wrong, if it goes irrelevant, I can make it relevant. जैसे मैंने आपको अभी परसों कॉल करके बोला, कुशल, we have to come up with an animated logo. Why? Because there is a need for that in the market. अगर मैं नहीं बोलूँ तो मेरी जो एफर्ट्स है, मेरी जो वैल्यू है, वो पूरी खत्म हो जाएगी. सो वो जिम्मेदारी अगर आप लेके चलते हो, वो समझदारी लेके आप चलते हो, आपको लोगों से बात करना आता है, तरीका आता है, आपको लोगों को संभालना आता है, तो आप वो जो महीने का 2 लाख कमा रहे हो, फिर आप उसको बाय द ईयर एंड 50 भी कर सकते हो या फिर 8 भी हो सकता है. बट टू स्टार्ट विद यू कैन डेफिनेटली स्टार्ट अ गुड एक्यूमुलेटेड वैल्यू ओवर द लॉन्ग टर्म. देखो, मैं खुद सीए से इस फील्ड में आया हूँ, मैं लॉ करके इस फील्ड में जंप किया हूँ. सो ऑब्वियसली इट्स अ वेरी सेंसिबल. मैं कोई ऐसा नहीं हूँ कि सिर्फ पैशन ड्रिवन हूँ कि बस इसमें मुझे मजा आ रहा है तो मैं ये काम कर रहा हूँ. ऑब्वियसली माई पॉकेट्स आर गेटिंग फिल्ड लिटिल or maybe decently more than what I could have done in chartered accountancy. And मैं वो सारी वैल्यूज उठा के यहाँ पे पुट कर रहा हूँ. All of those things, Excel sheets वहाँ पे सीखी, यहाँ पे ब्रांड डिजाइनिंग में डालना, वहाँ की डिसिप्लिन यहाँ पे रखना, ये सारी चीजें. So if you are able to crack the entire ball game, then only you can actually beat AI. Fair. Otherwise, why would you pay me for anything? Just to draw 6 lines.
If you learned something new from this video, do share it with your friends and subscribe to this channel so that we can bring you the best content possible. Also, if you want to watch this entire episode, click on the link in the description box and you can go to Kushal Lodha YouTube channel and watch the entire podcast episode. Thank you so much for watching this and have an amazing day.